This is Augustana Sportscene, a weekly update on Viking Athletics at South Dakota's largest private college. Now, let's catch up on the action and excitement of Augustana Athletics as we roll our Augustana Sports Update for this week.
Last weekend, Coach Tom Billeter's Augustana men's basketball team picked up impressive road victories at Concordia St. Paul and Minnesota State Mankato. In the 87-75 win at Concordia, the Vikings had a strong first half, which resulted in a 41-33 halftime lead. In the second half, the team continued their solid play as they shot 52.5% from the field. Daniel Jansen had season highs of 21 points and 8 rebounds to lead Augustana. Cameron McCaffrey added 14 points, Yuri Malachenko 13, and Alex Richter 10. McCaffrey also dished out 6 assists. The Vikings out-rebounded the Golden Bears 40-28. Then on Saturday in Mankato, Augustana came away with a thrilling 82-79 overtime victory over the Mavericks. The Vikings started fast and led by as many as 13 points in the first half, but the league-leading Mavericks came back and the game seesawed back and forth before ending in regulation tied at 72. MSU jumped out to an early lead in the overtime session, but the Vikings came back behind a layup by Cam McCaffrey, 2 free throws by Zach Huskin, and a 3-pointer by Alex Richter to take the lead. After MSU tied it, Cameron McCaffrey hit a 3-pointer with 2 seconds left to give Augustana the huge win. The Vikings, now 14-4 overall and 10-4 in the NSIC, were led by McCaffrey's 25 points. Alex Richter added 14 points, and Daniel Jansen and Yuri Malachenko 13 each. The Vikings had a second straight strong shooting night with 55% shooting from the field. In women's basketball, Coach Dave Krause' team came out in the short end in 2 road games. The Vikings fell to Concordia St. Paul 59-47 and the Minnesota State Mankato 78-73. Cold shooting plagued the Augustana ladies at Concordia as they trailed 39-21 at halftime and could not make up the difference in the second half. Lydia Nelson was the only Viking in double figures as she scored 13 points. Against MSU Mankato, 26 turnovers doomed the team as their record dropped to 14-4 overall and 10-4 in the NSIC. Double-figure scores for Augustana were Sean Tiva-Ashley with 15 points, Alex Feeney with 12, Tammy Coyne and Faith Tinklenberg with 11, and Lydia Nelson with 10. In wrestling, Coach Jason Reitmeyer's team dropped a hard-fought 19-12 match to #1 St. Cloud State and a heartbreaking 21-19 battle to MSU Mankato. Winning both of their matches for the Vikings were Nate Herta at 149 pounds, Sean Hadelstad at 157, and Jade Dawkin at 197. Winning one match for Augustana were TJ North at 125 pounds, Brandon Charbonneau at 141, and Brian Schultz at 285. The Vikings are now 7-5 overall and 2-2 in the NSIC in dual meet action. And in indoor track, Henrik Holmberg finished second in the men's pentathlon at the Minnesota State Open to provisionally qualify for the NCAA Championship. Meanwhile, 5 Vikings earned second place finishes and 3 more placed top 3 at the USD Open in Vermillion. That's our sports update for this week. We'll be right back with men's basketball coach Tom Billeter. Stay with us.
Augustana Sportscene is brought to you by Sanford Health, improving the human condition, and by Mid-Continent Communications, part of our community, part of your life. Augustana Sportscene is also brought to you by Graham Automotive, real service, real value.
Timing means everything here at Sanford, where experts have the skill to make split-second decisions when life hands you the unexpected. It takes a team to be the best, prepared and connected to a network of care, to life-saving treatments, ready before you ever need us. Your heart, our hands, connected. Sanford Heart.
Audi A4 drivers have spoken. and they rank the A4 highest in total quality index in its class. Experience the new Audi A4 at your local dealer today.
Midconet Extreme Wideband. 3 levels of extremely fast connections with exceptional capacity to choose from. Extreme 1.0, exciting speeds that start out faster than anyone in the region. Extreme 2.0, exhilarating speed for gaming or streaming. Extreme 3.0, extraordinary speed for the whole house. It's among the nation's fastest. 3 extreme speeds. Only from Midconet Extreme Wideband.
Build your own bundle and save today. xisnext.com.
Joining me now is Augustana men's basketball coach Tom Billiter. Well, Tom, the Vikings hit the road last weekend for 2 tough road games, and wow, 2 great victories for the Vikings. Started out on Friday night at Concordia St. Paul.
Yeah, I got a mint in because my throats were raw from a lot of yelling. Great crowds. Boy, we traveled well. Really enjoyed and appreciate all the Augie people that were at both places. Most of them, half of it was Joe Burt's family at the Concordia St. Paul game. You told me about 80 people, which was great. You know, Concordia St. Paul, I still say is an awfully good basketball team for what they're young and they're playing close games, and you know, you go into that game at their place and you're not very confident. I mean, you go and play as well as you can, but you don't know what to expect. And you know, they came out, it was like kind of a heavyweight prize fight. Everybody was, you know, 1 point here, 2 there, and then we got a nice little run going, which was unique because Cam was on the bench. Right. And our freshman came in and played great and got us a nice little 8-point, 9-point cushion, and except for the 4 points early in the second half, never was more than that, you know. So we kind of led double figures most of the second half, and you know, just kind of played well. And again, very dangerous team. Their guards shoot the heck out of it. Cole Olstead had 28. Isaiah Thomas is a very good shooter, and then Van Pelt's one of the top 5 scorers in the league. So very good perimeter. And you know, I thought we held the right guys in check. Not Olstead, but somebody's always going to go off when you're trying to help off onto others. And overall, really felt good with the win because you just want that split on the road, and we had that done then.
Yeah, well then it was on to Minnesota State Mankato, and what a great college basketball game. You know, if you were just a fan watching the game and you didn't have maybe an investment in either team, it was a great game. But for Augustana, it was a super victory, Tom.
Well, it was. You know, Dan Jansen played very well on Friday night. He had 21 and 8. And freshmen often will have a good night, and then you don't ever know if they're going to come back to back. Well, he came back against a very good player in Marai for Mankato, and you know, 13 and 8, I believe, or 15 and 8, something like that in that game. It's funny, stats. I know I had it memorized and I forget, but very good 2 nights for Daniel. And then Cam, you know, they did a great job. Monahan's a good on-the-ball defender, and you know, they bottled him up pretty good. 2 points, I believe, in the first half, but he came through at 23 and scored 14 of our last 16, and basically just took over, which he can do. But I thought there were some key plays by a lot of other guys. Al Richter hit a big 3. They had a mess up. On film, it should have been Cam shooting the free throws. The referees messed that up. I don't know how that happens, but it did. Zach Huskin came in and shot both of them and made them. Yeah. And he was sitting at the line going, I was nowhere near the play. You know, he's out there pleading his case to the refs, and just went ahead and made both of them. So we had to get that one back. They got us here. And so you lose a home game, and you got to get that one back on the road, and not necessarily against them. We were just looking for an extra road victory, and ended up being the team that beat us. So obviously regional ramifications with a win like that. But, you know, I thought they played well. You know, they've got a very good team. They're very, very talented. They're very good defensively. But we did not seem tired. You know, we really wanted to play that game, and the atmosphere was good. It's a great place to play. It's a beautiful arena, good lighting, and just thought our guys came out and played well.
Yeah, it was a great night for the Augustana Vikings. And over the 2 games, a guy we don't want to forget, who was a tremendous contributor, was Yuri Malashenko off the bench.
There's so many guys I mean, both nights. Yuri's played well 3 or 4 of our last 5 games. He's been really playing well. Practices hard. He's a great kid, and doing all the things that you need to do to win basketball games. And you know, he's not the greatest leaper out there. In fact, I'm not sure he can jump, but he comes up with rebounds and does some key things at key times, and he's a tough, hard-nosed kid. Happy for his success because he's been in our program now for his 3rd year, never redshirted, and continues to get better. And you know, Zach Huskin does, you know, block shots and little things here. Very smart play that our freshmen are learning to follow scouting reports. When we fouled the big fella Marai, and he missed both free throws, you know, and I came back and hit 2 in overtime, which were huge. But you know, he had a bunny, and we ended up fouling him correctly, where, you know, wasn't mean or hard. It just made sure he didn't make it. Those are big plays. Those are how you win overtime games. So thought it was a very good, just a great team effort in my opinion, and it was fun to finally get rewarded after having a 10-point lead, falling down 5 in the overtime, and then coming back and winning. It was pretty special.
Well, the Vikings improved their record to 14-4 overall, 10-4 in the NSIC. Doesn't get any easier this weekend. Back here at the Elman Center, Minnesota Duluth on Friday night, St. Cloud State on Saturday.
And you and I talked. We knew coming into this. I'm very happy to be 14-4, but we're really going to get into the meat and potatoes of our schedule now with, 4 at home, 4 on the road. But they're 4 in a row on the road, and then you're looking at, Duluth always plays this well here. St. Cloud, Upper Iowa, and Winona still all at home, having to go to USF, Southwest, Moorhead, and Northern. So, but great, fun. Go play good teams and see how we do.
Yeah. Well, fans, we need you here at the Elman Center. Great basketball. The Vikings against Minnesota Duluth, 8 o'clock Friday night, and St. Cloud State, 6 o'clock Saturday. Good luck, Tom.
Thanks, Crow.
With 25 years of experience and an outstanding trio of dentists, Doctors Berdoff, Bayak, and Swingdorf, along with their caring team at Sensational Smiles, are passionate about developing long-lasting relationships. Sensational Smiles will partner with you to keep your teeth clean for a lifetime. Also check out our cavity-free club for kids with Sammy our mascot at sensationalsmilesforyou.com. Call 332-4751 now for a sensational smile every day.
He's got the strength and is making it look easy.
Show renewed strength. Whether it's our physicians, therapists, or athletic trainers, Sanford offers the finest and most integrated orthopedic team and services around.
There's nothing he couldn't lift right now.
For the everyday competitor in all of us, Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
You can be part of
something bigger.
As Sioux Empire Federal Credit Union, you'll have more than a place to do your banking.
As a member of Sioux Empire Federal Credit Union, you'll receive interest refunds on your loans, actual cash back every month. They're the loan leaders. They even gave their members over $91,000 back last year.
And no hoops to jump through.
Just a place to do your banking, where you are the focus, not profit.
Sioux Empire Federal Credit Union. Yesterday's values, tomorrow's technology.
Augustana basketball is back at the Elman Center. Friday, it's the Bulldogs of Minnesota Duluth at 6 and 8. Purchase 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 Cokes for $40 at goaugie.com/4pack and save $26. Saturday, the Huskies of St. Cloud State come to town as Reza the Illusionist performs at halftime of the men's game. Tip-off is at 4 and 6. Use the coupon code VIKING at goaugie.com/tickets to receive a buy one, get one free ticket. Offer valid online only. It's Viking basketball at the Elman Center.
We're back, and with me now is Augustana women's basketball coach Dave Krauth. Well, Dave, the Vikings hit the road last weekend, played the 2 teams that had beaten us earlier in the season here at the Elman Center. Started out at Concordia St. Paul, and man, we were cold as ice, couldn't get the ball in the basket, and it didn't go our way.
Well, and that probably was, a big part of it on that night. And I really thought, now we talked a little earlier, that we had a couple of defensive breakdowns where when we kind of gotten off to a decent start and then allowed their really good three-point shooter to hit a couple, and it sort of got them going. And they had a couple other kids that hit timely shots, and it seemed like, every time a shot clock ran down or the end of the half or whatever, they made a big play to kind of keep us at bay.
Yeah. Well, and then at Mankato on Saturday afternoon, the Vikings certainly shot the ball a lot better, but it was the turnover bug that got us, Dave.
Yeah, the first half, your memory can play tricks on you, but I don't remember a half ever where we just turned the ball over. Not, in the full court getting pressed. It was in the half court just making poor decisions, whether it's a pass or just dribbling where we, just didn't have anywhere to go or whatever. And we turned it over 18 times in the first half. In a game like that, when you really got a good chance to win coming down the stretch, you just, you got to feel very fortunate, and yet we were unable to get it done coming down the stretch that last 2 minutes.
Right. Well, there's a lot of soul searching that goes on by the coach, by the players, when these things happen to you, and you've had this happen now twice, so now it's back. We're filming this on Monday. We got to get ready for the week. So, Coach, anything different you think you can do? Any different focus you want to make this week?
It really is one of those things where, now we're going to creep into February, and you hate to, make any, major changes and really try to, upset the apple cart. But we played poorly, you know, for much of the weekend, and you'd like to. You know, I think our lack of depth, you know, our injuries at the guard position kind of came up where it was almost where I was thinking, okay, it's fouls or it's injuries or what. It really wasn't. I mean, we had just almost poor play where I was thinking, you know, we need another body. We weren't very healthy last week, and it showed up. I told Jeff Felling before our radio, I said, I do not have good feelings because of, you know, that on top of it. So, you know, hopefully we can get ourselves feeling a little bit better and you know, be a little healthier. And we face two good teams again this weekend with Duluth and St. Cloud.
Yeah, well, we're back home, and over the years, this has been the best remedy for some ills for Augustana. Let's talk about the two teams. We start out with Minnesota Duluth on Friday night.
A very similar team to what they have year in and year out. Very physical, and they try to beat you that way, just take you out of anything you do offensively, and I think that end of it has been pretty good for them, but they've been very erratic offensively. So, not, you know, they're still having a good year, but they've been just, you know, you don't want to catch them on that good night, and so it'll be a tough matchup for us, and just one where, you know, we're going to have to be prepared for the physicality of the game.
Yeah, and then on Saturday afternoon, it's St. Cloud State, a team that's leading the North Division. Certainly a strong opponent again. And
they have been very similar to us. A couple other teams maybe, you know, I think at times kind of mirror us a little bit, but they probably as much as anybody in that, at least offensively, but even defensively, they get up and pressure you 94 feet and do some of the things that we usually do or doing a little bit less of this year because of our depth situation. But they've got a couple of real good kids, a Benson kid that's just a scorer that we're going to have to do a good job on. And both nights we're just going to have to play 40 minutes because they don't let up and are just that old Nolan Ryan 40 minutes of heck that you know, we're going to have to be ready for.
Well, fans, you've been great for the Augie Vikings over the years and this year, and we need you this weekend to get the Vikings back on the winning track. Friday, 6 o'clock against Minnesota Duluth. Saturday, 4 against St. Cloud State. Good luck, Dave.
Thanks, Bill.
Meet Rob Moore from Aberdeen, South Dakota. As a Mid-Continent service manager, he makes sure our service techs have the tools to keep customers ahead of the technology game. Rob also keeps busy coaching youth football, teaching kids both the fundamentals of the game and good sportsmanship. Looks like Rob's a game changer in more ways than one.
I'm Rob Moore, and we're good people here in Aberdeen.
I have evidence that proves my dad's a space alien. Speaks a weird language. Drinks green stuff. He says he's from Albuquerque. I'm not buying it. I mean, just look at him. And one more thing, he has a spaceship. The evidence doesn't lie. My dad's an alien.
The highly advanced Audi A6, named to Car and Driver's 10 Best. Experience exceptional value on the Audi A6 at your local dealer today.
1, 2, 3, break!
Today we come together, united as a human family. Today we share the same stage, the same commitment, the same dream. Today is not just about the ceremony, the flags raised at the end. It's about what it takes to get there, the commitment, the finest training, and digging deep when the moment depends on it. Today we come together to improve the human condition.
With 25 years of experience and an outstanding trio of dentists, Doctors Berdahl, Fayok, and Swingdorf, along with their caring team at Sensational Smiles, are passionate about developing long-lasting relationships. Sensational Smiles will partner with you to keep your teeth clean for a lifetime. Also check out our cavity-free club for kids with Sammy our mascot at sensationalsmilesforyou.com. Call 332-4751 now for a sensational smile every day. With me now is Augustana baseball coach Tim Huber. Well, it's January and it's cold out there, but for a baseball coach, it's baseball season, and the Vikings here at the end of our interim, which ends Wednesday here this week, Coach Huber has a tremendous trip lined up for his team. They are heading to Hawaii. Talk a little bit about the excitement and how that trip came together.
Yeah, we decided to, a couple years ago, decided to look into it and get some details set. And the NCAA rules allow us to play games over there and not count them against our schedule, so those teams can get some people to go over there. So that for me was a big one. Obviously it's Hawaii and it's warm, and early February was a big factor, and it should be a good kickoff to our season, get some games in before our other conference teams have played.
And how many guys, how many in your traveling party?
We're going to take a big group. We decided to take the whole team, so it'll be about all 39 players, and we've got 5-6 coaches going with. Lee Goldhammer is going to go with us also, so it'll be a good group of guys.
Yeah, well, fans out there I'm sure wonder, okay, taking a big group, going to Hawaii, a lot has to go into that, and the fundraising for that, how do you go about that?
Yeah, it's a huge piece, huge cost. There's some guarantees from the teams over there, but we also have we do an all-night practice every year, and our guys have been great this year, and people have donated a good chunk of money to that cause. And our fall league and our fall baseball academy that we run, we help our guys out with that, and our guys help with that. So those are some big chunks to the puzzle, and kind of help us make this trip possible.
Well, Tim and his team and his coaches do a great job of fundraising here for the program, as you can see by things that are happening around here. After that trip out to Hawaii, you keep on playing some in February, and people think March is too early, but you're playing away.
Yeah, we do. We as soon as we get back, we go up to the Metrodome. We're having kind of a Metrodome Classic this year with all the teams in our conference are going to play, and it's Friday and then Sunday right after our trip. So we're in Hawaii for 10 days, and then we have that weekend, and then there's 2 weeks off at the end of February for us, and then after that we start again in first weekend in March, and we don't have an off weekend the rest of the year. So it comes pretty quick here. Yeah,
well, one of the things I'm sure folks, if you've driven around Augustana or followed the media, you've seen the tremendous improvement going on at what was Rockin' Field and now will be Karis Park at Rockin' Field. And certainly Coach Huber and Jeff Holm and others have done a phenomenal job in putting the funds together to have this improvement. And on March 23rd, big grand opening out here. Talk about the field and what's going on March 23rd.
Yeah, people are going to be amazed when they come out and see it for the first time. It's awesome. It looks great. Most of the finishing touches are getting done right now. We're almost done. We've got some chair backs to put in. We got sweet press box to finish, and the net to go in for the backstop to kind of complete it. But it looks pretty cool, and there's going to be some nice seating, some nice views. We're going to be able to put a lot of people in there, and we hope on March 23rd we can get a really big crowd to come out, and we're hoping to draw well and maybe set the standard for years to come on what kind of attendance we can bring in.
And the gods are going to be nice to us. It's going to be a beautiful day, about 65, 70 degrees, no wind, and the Vikings are going to win.
Fingers crossed, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. So, Coach, talk about your team this year, some of the main guys, and how you're looking at the ball club.
Yeah, well, we mentioned earlier, we lost Derek Hansen to the draft this past year. Would have been a senior. That's a big loss for us. But we have some pretty key guys coming back. Pitching specifically, Ben Hewitt, Jordan Milbrath will be a new face that some people are going to get to know in a hurry. He's looked pretty good this winter. Kai Winter is a guy that was a big prospect for us last year, hurt his knee. He's a position player and a pitcher. We really need Tyson Gow to come back for us. He had Tommy John surgery this summer, and he's been throwing. His arm feels good, but he's a little ways out. But he'll be a big factor, and there's a couple other injured pitchers that are, we're hoping to get back as the year goes along. But other guys on the mound, Grant Larson's looked great. He's a senior this year. Sam Gotham's a senior. We need him to step up. Got a couple young guys. We'll see. Derek Quam looks good at the end of games for us. Kind of another submarine guy. We've had some success with those. So that's kind of the pitching staff, the piece. Big names for us offensively. I have to probably start with David Borkart. Hit 14 home runs last year, led the conference. He's a senior this year. Freshman last year was Jack Goyle, was freshman of the year in the conference. And then we have Kai Winter, as I mentioned, is a big name. Nate Hughes, senior middle infielder. I know there's a lot of guys here. Tony Vigor, we're expecting to have a really big year for us. At third base, we've got a couple battles going on at second, and some battles in the outfield as well. But there's some things there. I think we're going to hit a little better this year than maybe we had last year. And the pitching, like I said, the pieces are there. We got to get healthy. We got to get healthy, and we need to see what some young guys can do to step up.
Well, Coach Huber and his staff do a tremendous job with the Augustana baseball program. And fans, when the season starts rolling around, and particularly March 23rd, get over here, see the new ballpark, and cheer on the Vikings. Good luck, Coach.
Thanks, Bill. Appreciate it.
Timing means everything here at Sanford, where experts have the skill to make split-second decisions when life hands you the unexpected. It takes a team to be the best, prepared and connected to a network of care, to life-saving treatments, ready before you ever need us. Your heart, our hands, connected. Sanford Heart.
How do you hold a moment? Keep friends and family close. Witness the passage of time. Replay the glory days. Relive magical nights. Create memories to share. How do you capture a lifetime? One picture at a time. Life Touch. Photography for a lifetime.
You can be part of
something bigger.
At Sioux Empire Federal Credit Union, you'll have more than a place to do your banking.
As a member of Sioux Empire Federal Credit Union, you'll receive interest refunds on your loans, actual cash back every month. They're the loan leaders. They even gave their members over $91,000 back last year.
And no hoops to jump through.
just a place to do your banking, where you are the focus, not profit.
Sioux Empire Federal Credit Union. Yesterday's values, tomorrow's technology.
Augustana basketball is back at the Elman Center. Friday, it's the Bulldogs of Minnesota Duluth at 6 and 8. Purchase 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 Cokes for $40 at goaugie.com/4pack and save $26. Saturday, the Huskies of St. Cloud State come to town as Rez of the Illusionist performs at halftime of the men's game. Tip-off is at 4 and 6. Use the coupon code VIKING at goaugie.com/tickets to receive a buy one, get one free ticket. Offer valid online only. It's Viking basketball at the Elman Center.
Let's take a look at the Augustana sports calendar for this week. Friday, February 1st, basketball is home with doubleheader action against Minnesota Duluth. The women tip off at 6, followed by the men at 8 at the Elman Center. Saturday, February 2nd, wrestling on the road at Northern State in Aberdeen. Indoor track is at the MSU Classic in Mankato. And baseball travels to Hawaii as they take on Hawaii Pacific in Waipahu, Hawaii. And basketball is back home again against St. Cloud State at the Elman Center. The women at 4, followed by the men at 6. Sunday, February 3rd, wrestling at Minot State and baseball at Hawaii Pacific. Augustana women's basketball can be heard on KXRB AM 1000 and worldwide on the web at kxrb.com. And the Augustana men can be heard on KIKN FM 100.5 and worldwide at KIKN.com. And for complete information on Augustana Athletics, go to our website, goaugie.com, where you can also get discount tickets at goaugie.com/tickets. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next week for another edition of Augustana Sportscene. So long, everybody.
You have been watching Augustana Sportscene, a weekly review of Viking Athletics at South Dakota's largest private college. Learn more about Augustana College in Sioux Falls at augie.edu.